Marina, thank you for joining us on Good Living.
I hope I'm still here when that cake comes out.
I know. What do you think?
It smells fantastic.
Looks pretty good as well, doesn't it?
I was a bit dubious about all those ingredients, Coca-Cola and marshmallow.
I know.
But I'm willing to try.
It's very American, actually, as you can tell. Now, Marina, thank you so much for joining us on Good Living.
Pleasure.
Of course, you're here in New Zealand as part of your tour for your new book.
Yes.
Yeah, we are all made of glue. I love the title of it. Straight away, it says something interesting, doesn't it? Tell me a little bit about the story behind it, Marina.
Well, it's about glue. It's about bonding. And there's also a little bit in it about bondage, just to keep people on their toes. So in a way, it's about what holds us together as human beings. There's quite a serious theme in the book, because the glue theme is about both the narrator's marriage, which is breaking up, and also a little bit about the crisis in the Middle East, where there's a similar sort of situation where you've got two countries that really need to be able to bond together. But it's told through the story of a very old lady. We don't know quite how old she is.
She doesn't say.
She doesn't say,
no,
and in fact she sometimes tells a few little fibs. And she lives in a crumbling, decaying, very smelly mansion in Highbury in North London with 7 extremely stinky and self-willed cats, including Wonder Boy, who opens the book by...
Yes, he does. I know, the very first sentence in this book is fabulous about that.
And this very old lady makes a friendship. It's the first bond in the book, really, between Georgie, who's the narrator, who's breaking up with her husband, and she's just moved to London. She wants to find something to fill a gap in her life, and she finds Mrs. Shapiro. And Mrs. Shapiro, as she gets to know her better, Georgie realises that there's more to Mrs. Shapiro than meets the eye. She's a lady with a secret. And so as we go into her past, we go also, you know, we travel around the world, we uncover some quite dark secrets of history, and we have some fun along the way.
And I think that's the essence of a lot of your books, is that there is so much fun in there as well.
Yes, they're great fun to write.
Yes. Mrs. Shapiro, where did you get her name from? You're not a fan of Helen Shapiro, the singer, by any chance?
No, not at all, but I have, in my family, and there's a branch called the Shapiros.
Right.
And in fact, she's called Naomi Shapiro, but I had an uncle who's you know, long since died, called Naomi Shapiro. So I thought it would be fun to bring that part of the story in.
Yeah.
But she's based on somebody who used to live across the road from me in Sheffield. Very elegant old lady who used to sort of totter along the road, wearing high heels and beautiful clothes. And when she didn't die. When she went into a nursing home, all her things from her house, her beautiful coats and hats and shoes, were all put into the skip in front of her house. And of course, I, being me, had a jolly good rubbage.
Good on you.
I know, and I've got some wonderful things. But when I came to writing this story, I mean, this happened 15 years ago. I had no idea that I was going to write about it. But somehow, when I came to write the story, I switched it around. So in this story, it's Mrs. Shapiro who has a rummage in the skip outside the narrator's house, where the narrator has thrown all her husband's possessions. And that's how it starts. Fantastic.
Do you find that a lot of inspiration with your stories, that they are from people that you've met before, perhaps your life experiences? Because you've led a very interesting life as well, especially being born, you know, in a German refugee camp.
Yes, that's right. I think my parents had the interesting life, and they protected me from a lot of the really awful things that happened to them. But yes, I suppose, you know, having a family, but I mean, everybody in New Zealand's like that, because everybody here has, or a lot of people have family who've come from somewhere else.
That's right.
And so it's very much a country which recognises that people travel, and when they travel, they bring their stories, and that's the bit that always interests me. It is very interesting, isn't it? You've raised children as well. When did you start writing, Marina? Well, I've been writing ever since I was 4. Really? But it took me 50-odd years to get published. My first book, A Short History of Tractors in Ukrainian, was published when I was 58. Wow. So I had very many years of failure before success finally came my way. But isn't it good that it has finally come your way now, and you can enjoy it? It is. It's very nice to know that wonderful things can happen to you later in life. Because I think, you know, people think, oh, by the time you've finished, you've reached 50, you've finished really, you've done everything you're going to do. It's absolutely not true. And in fact, in a way, it's quite frightening at my age, because, you know, I'm sort of well over 60 now, to be embarking on a new career, really. But fabulous. It can be done. It can be done. Marina, it was lovely to meet you. Thank you so much for
for popping in and taking the time.
Very nice to talk to you, Megan. When's that cake going to be ready?
Yes, well, exactly. Give it another 20 minutes or so. You have to stick around and have some coffee. And we will, of course, have this book to give away next week. We'll get Marina to sign it and we'll be part of our prize bag next week. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
Fabulous book, and it is available in good bookstores now.